That piece of wood is 30 inches long.
In a workspace barely large enough to hold his eager students, Steve Lapey is dispensing wisdom.
I'm at 3.5 inches on this side.
Gleaned during his 85 years.
It's basically in the right position. It just has to go back a little further.
Back, perhaps, to a simpler time when canoes were state-of-the-art for trade and transport and recreation. Canoes have been Steve's hobby for decades, and now he is eagerly passing on his knowledge to other enthusiasts, apprentices drawn to the master.
We gather together on Saturday mornings here in the canoe shop and do chores. It's a learning and a working operation. I kind of lead the show and show people how to do it, and then let them carry on and do the work.
Lapey and his volunteer crew repair and restore old canoes and build new ones in his small Groveland workshed. Jess Carnes grew up across the street and always wondered what all the fuss was about on Saturday mornings.
And one morning I decided to pop over and I just kind of observed what was going on, and I was very fascinated. I am someone who loves to learn with my hands, and Steve's always been like a grandfather to me. So getting to learn from him, somebody who is basically a master at his craft, has been amazing.
Turns out Jess is a natural and uses her sewing and stitching expertise to help cane the seats. Steve's passion and much of his work center around wood-framed, canvas-wrapped canoes, sleek, proven designs that are light and quiet, peaceful on the water.
The aesthetics of looking at those ribs and that planking there, and it just, the curves of it, it's just appealing to my eye. That's really all I can say. I just love the looks of them, and I appreciate the amount of labor that has gone into building one of these things.
After a long career traveling and selling sewing supplies, one gets the sense that Steve has stitched together a second act, one that harkens all the way back to his childhood days at a remote Canadian wilderness camp where he first fell in love with the canoe.
They're flexible, they have fine entry lines that make them go quietly through the water. Not to say that the newer modern materials are not good, they're wonderful. They're almost indestructible, and they don't require an awful lot of maintenance. But if you're willing to put up with a little bit of maintenance and a little bit of care, these are the better choice for a canoeist.
There are pretty much no more canoe stores left.
Michael Duffield shares Steve Lapey's passion for canoes, even the older wooden models like this one built in Auburndale, Mass. in 1917. But as the owner of Newbury's White Rose Canoe Shop, he makes a living on modern versions with materials that are lighter and more durable.
We sell to families quite a bit. COVID played a big role in that. You saw a surge in canoe sales with COVID when suddenly everybody remembered there was the outdoors and that doing things with their family seemed like a great idea.
Families, outdoorsmen, even older couples looking to shed the expense and maintenance of their motorboats make up the core of the business. White Rose keeps a fleet of demo boats down at their dock on the Parker River for customers to try. And staffer Keith Attenborough says the goal is to put people in a canoe that allows them to answer 3 simple questions. Did you go out? Did you come back?
And did you smile? You do those 3 things, we're good. And we're very careful to not push people, but to try and understand what they want to do, so that we can help them pick a boat that's going to do that.
And the rewards are enormous. Both Keith and Michael wax rhapsodic when it comes to time on the water in a canoe.
I like to get out on the Ipswich here because along that length I've been, spy hopped by otters, I've been slapped at by beavers, I've had deer run away and come in, the herons, all these kind of things. And that's just on this little river here.
Seeing things from the water is great, and I would contend there really isn't anything better than a canoe for that, for rivers and lakes, because they are so easy and quiet. You can pass by wildlife, see birds, see deer, beaver, all that kind of stuff that you don't get to see if you're not being so quiet.
A lot of stores sell kayaks and stand-up paddle boards as well as canoes, but White Rose is one of the very last stores that specializes in canoes only and all the accessories like paddles and life jackets. Canoes are largely recreational now, but historically they were used for travel, for hunting, and for carrying cargo. Up next, shipwrecked and left behind.